write under the pen name Lorelai author on Amazon, and I create a bunch of relaxing beach content from my Airbnb Silversides house near Lake Michigan on YouTube and social media. And then I also take those relaxing videos and put like nature, climate poetry, and fantasy fiction and stuff set by Lake Michigan um, overlaid on the videos, or create a bunch of behind the scenes extra illustrated content, book trailers and stuff. So I am trying live for the first time. Hello, world. Because I've got the fourth book in the Murder of Crows series called Ghosts of Detroit coming out on Amazon July 4th and 5th for the ebook and paperback. I don't have a proof copy yet because I'm doing a pretty quick launch on this. So I'm going to do a reading from the first book in the series, which is Murder of Crows Reverse All Tides by Lorelai. And if you want your own copy of any of these, you can get the paperbacks on Amazon. Links in the bio, I believe. It's amazon.com/author/Lorelai. Okay, so for the reading, I just wanted to read a little excerpt from one of my favorite early chapters in the original book, because book 4 has us fighting old mythical nature spirit gods that are passing over from the land of the dead to the living in Detroit, and ghosts doing the same thing. And then the characters are trying to figure out why they seem to be at the center of everything. And there's a found family and a magic story and a bit of time travel. But it really wraps up the entire series and brings all of our different characters from different parallel realities into one dimension. And a lot of them meet each other. And then we end up with a circular story that takes us back to the beginning in Fayetteville, which is on the other side of the state, kind of near Lake Michigan. So this is chapter 3 of Murder of Crows, Reverse All Tides. Thank you to whoever just gave me a heart. I can't see who you are. Hello. Okay, chapter 3. So we're starting in a small town where everything seems to be like the crops are dead, the trees are dead, and the people are sleepwalking. It's kind of strange. Um, Hi, Schlegel Songs. Hi, Isaac Martin Davis. Thanks for coming. Hi, Nasha Carter. So, okay, chapter 3, Murder of Crows, Reverse All Tides. The crypt keeper hurried around the gravestones in the cemetery south of Fayetteville, patting dirt back over the holes he had opened. Too many spirits had walked last night. The bodies were starting to rise in droves, and that put too much pressure on the laundry house. That's a brothel where some people are trapped. He whispered an incantation to keep most of them in their beds this night. Darn things took a mile when you gave an inch. It had only been one idea he had, one spell. It had not gone to plan. Too bad he was never as good at closing roads to spirits as he was at opening them. Peter, did you see the boils on their faces last night? Poppy asked him from his perch over the laundry's family plot. Hush now, you're supposed to be asleep too, Peter said. I can't sleep, Poppy whined. It's dusty in the mausoleum. I want to be out here with you. Oh, you missed a spot. Keep that man in his grave, Peter. He hits the girls. I don't like him. Peter stood on the grave, muffling a thumping from below the ground. Poppy, Peter said, what is it going to take to put you back to bed? It's almost noon. I was fine with this when you walk the streets in the dark, but this is Fayetteville. They have magic. Residents can see you. Poppy shrugged. You try sleeping for 150 years, he said. I'm restless. The restless dead. Well, you didn't miss much, Peter lied. No, you can't put us back so quickly, Poppy whined. Peter sighed. What did I miss? Sunflower appeared next to Poppy on the tombstone. Peter's trying to put us back to bed, Poppy chuckled. Thank goodness he can't keep up. Peter, we're bored, Sunflower pouted. Let us go play in town. She spread her threadbare skirt over her knees. Like Poppy, she was maybe 8 years old, tops, but she had been hanging around Fayetteville for 150 years. Excuse me, guys. I am doing this Jake, hi. This is Jake. Yeah. Doing this at home in bed because I just don't have the energy to do anything else. So somebody's coming home. Excuse me. Okay. She had been hanging around Fayetteville for at least 150 years. You can't leave the graveyard, Peter cried. Can't you see I'm trying to put everyone back to bed? You're not even living. Come on, children. That's the funny thing, Sunflower said with a grin. I don't need you to believe in me. Fortunately, I believe in myself. Poppy giggled. Poppy, Sunflower said, did you see? There's a mermaid in the center of town. Ooh, she's pretty too. Do you think I'm pretty, Poppy? Entirely too much so, Miss Sunflower, Poppy replied. Vanity is a sin. Oh, Poppy, it's been almost a century since anyone cared about sin, Sunflower said. She pulled an antique spoon out and used it as a mirror to smooth her blonde braids, which were somewhat worse for wear. Peter, she said. Yes, dear, he said, resigned to continuing his shovel work around the graves. If I'm not in my body, why does my spirit look like it's been sitting in the dirt? I want to be pretty, she pouted. Now, I don't know, Miss Sunflower, he said. Maybe if you spend enough time above ground, you'll feel fresher, and it'll reflect back in your appearance. You think so? Sunflower brightened at that. Peter paused. Come to think of it, I've got a job for you, Missy, he said. Sunflower, why don't you keep watch downtown and report back on what you see? If you want to stay awake, why don't you learn everything you can about why these spirits won't stay in their beds? Eavesdrop on conversations, hide in brothel bedrooms, do whatever tickles your fancy. Just come back here and tell me all about it. Would that keep you entertained? It surely would, Sunflower said. She hopped off the gravestone and strode toward the entrance of the graveyard. Poppy, you coming? She said. She reached out and Poppy took her hand. Only to keep you out of trouble, he said, with a glance back at Peter. What are we keeping an eye out for? He asked Peter. Anything amiss. Anything unusual, children, Peter replied. Anything dangerous. Poppy hesitated. Ooh, what fun, Sunflower declared. She strode out of the graveyard and up the street with Poppy trailing along, looking back at Peter as if he wasn't telling them anything close to the whole truth. So, hey everybody, I can see people coming in. Uh, hey Francesco, hey Dolo. Nice to see everybody. My name is Laura. I write under the pen name Lorelai. You can find my books on Amazon. They're a combination of climate nature poetry that sometimes has sort of interdimensional or spiritual sort of dimension to it, or interdimensional, really. And then I also write portal fantasy, urban fantasy, that is set by Lake Michigan by my Airbnb Silversides house, which is in Muskegon, near Lake Michigan. So I have book 4 in a fantasy series coming out July 4th and 5th, ebook and paperback. And I was just getting on here to say hi, do a little reading from the first book in the series, and also let you guys know that if you go to the publisher website, chronicle.press, that's chronicle spelled without the H, and you go to the stories and culture page up top, you can actually download the ebooks of this series and the nature poetry book I just told you about, and get early access to books published under that name, in exchange for an honest review on Amazon. So if you decide to do that, you can click on one link for the book and one link for the go straight to the page on Amazon where you can review it, and just review it once it goes live, please. So please don't download it and then just let it sit on your Kindle, because that makes the algorithm think you don't like it. So if you go there, you can also, chronicle.press also has a newsletter you can subscribe to stay in touch with that stuff, or you can send me a note on social media or email me and just say you want to be on the ARC list, which is the advanced reader copy list for books before they get published. So let's see. How many questions? Hello, hello. Are you an author? Says Schlegel Songs. Yes. So I've got kind of a hybrid business. I have an Airbnb near Lake Michigan called Silversides House, um, that you can rent on Verbo and Airbnb. I think the link is in the bio on all my social media and YouTube. And I promote that by doing what I did before, which is publish fantasy, climate poetry. I was a journalist, narrative journalist, working in sustainable tech and wellness and a whole bunch of stuff. Um, so I now flipped it around. So you can stay at my Airbnb or you can watch my chill, relaxing nature videos and my creative work kind of overlaid on the top and with a bunch of behind the scenes content and illustrated stuff and books. So it's super fun. And if you stay at my Airbnb, you get a copy of one of my books as a beach read, plus a bunch of cool stuff like a gift card to a local pizza place across the street and all kinds of fun stuff. So I hope that you get a chance to stay there. I think July is booked, but August is open. September is somewhat open. So, yeah, I hope you get to stay with us soon. Okay, let's see. Anybody else? Hello, hello. All right. Well, I've never really done a live before. This was just going to be short, but do you guys have any questions before I log off? I'll try again with a little more production next time. No? Okay. Cool. All right. Well, thank you for being part of my first live. And I will be back soon with more content. If you sign up to follow me on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, or my main accounts, um, under Silversides House or Lorelai Author, you can keep up with all the blog stuff, all the behind the scenes content, and all the chill beach content. And I'm hoping instead of a blog tour, I might be able to do like a puzzle game or a scavenger hunt or something. I'm not sure how to do it remotely. I got to figure it out. But basically, every book I write that's set by Lake Michigan has a lot of details where you could probably find certain locations or figure out how the magic works if you go to a certain place, stuff like that. So I'm going to see what I can work out for you and put it together. If you can find it, there is a really fun little game on the chronicle.press website. Like I said, it's chronicle without the H, where you can play basically the game of Clue with the characters from this book. And it's basically a million dumb ways to die. It's hysterical. It's very hard to survive. Nobody wins in this game of Clue. So check it out. There's nothing fancy about the interface, but it is on there somewhere under the books page, I think, the stories and culture. So I will be back. Nice to meet you all. And thanks for tuning in. Bye, guys.